It's already been a couple months since the Lever 15 and the Lever 7 was released. Now, I did get my hands on it for a little bit of time, but again, we were busy with other stuff in the scheduling, and at the same time, this thing was bought out till it was out of stock completely, and then we had to wait more time for it until now to do this. And it's the holiday season. But I had so much ideas for the intro. I thought about doing a homage to the Grantham when he did that Wild Hog Thumper lever action, as G&G deserves it to have this kind of homage to it as an airsoft type. Pull a Ron Jeremy with a cowboy hat, like the typical intros that we've seen for most of the airsofts out there. We could have done also a Mr. Nobody with the Lever 15, like John Wick would, as we would see from Mr. Nobody would use, and, well, we could have done that too. Or we could have done my homage where I wanted to go to Tac City, wear the leather jacket, wear the Ray-Bans, and be like, oh, come with me if you want to live, kind of Terminator style. Yeah, but things happen. And again, this thing was out of stock. So let's just do a normal review as we can for this great rifle that I finally get to do a review on, the G&G Levar15 and the Levar7 gas-powered rifle. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode on Airsoft Master. And today we're going to be talking about is these two iconic rifles that have been just recently came out earlier the year on 2024. This thing was so popular, the fact that it got out of stock, and then for me to get my hands on it to do a review took some time. So let's finally do this, as we're going to be talking about the reviews on the Levar15 and the Levar7, a couple key features that we know about it, and then what do I think about it in the conclusion. But before we start off with anything else, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment down below, what do you guys think about the Levar7 or the Levar15? If you own one, what are some couple pro tips or some things that we need to check out for? And if you're looking for products like these, do check it out at airsoftmaster.com. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to the review. Now, when it comes to ingenuity by G&G and also the innovation from them, what do they do for the airsoft community? I think it speaks for itself. Now, we would never expect to have a lever gas-powered rifle that uses AEG magazine. Yeah, it's a lot, but let's just focus on that. It is a lever action, which is very nice that we see rarity of. Gas-powered, which the A&K, the only thing we've seen for a lever action gas-powered rifle, or a spring-powered ones that we've seen for the lever action on any type of styles like the 1887s. But to have it with a more modern style and at the same time more convenient by using the M4 magazine styles that we notice, which we'll talk about down the road, makes it to a whole nother level. I mean, look at it. So why don't we start off with working our way to the front and to the back. While starting off with is you will have as your federally mandated orange tip in the front end, like a standard M4 flash hider. So if you do want to change it out, it is a 14mm cross threading, where all you need to do is just need to have a 14mm negative, and you can put any other suppressors or muzzle brakes that you want to. But when we work our way to the back, this is where I find this really nice when it comes to just being a normal M4, is the, shall we say, very familiar style rail that is nicely built, if you catch my drift. What you're going to see on there is you're going to have is your standard 20mm Picatinny rails all the way from the back of the 12 o'clock positions that leads to monolithic to the back end of the receiver. You also do have is your 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions of the Picatinny rail slot mounts, so if you wanted to put like flashlights, light laser systems, you can do so. As for me on the Levar15, what I did was I used my fellow colleagues' mall system to put on here and give it a little bit of the style that it needs, just to make it more spicy, I guess you can say. Now, you do have this M-lock rail segment, so if you want to put like either a hand stop or a vertical grip, it is M-locks, and your rail segments you do see out there is going to be on the same positions at 3, 6, and 9, with the offsets of the 11 and 2 o'clock positions, just in case if you want to swap it out for those type of styles for offset flashlights. You can do so. What we get into more is you have so much rail segments. Even for the short one, you can use either a red dot or even a vertical variable long scope if you want. But why would you when you also have is by G&G is these, where I find interesting is the front and rear sights that are foldable, and at the same time low profile fiber optic sights on here just in case for faster acquisitions. Again, they do come in handy, so it does save you a little bit more money than buying normal sights out there. Now that we already talked about the upper of the receiver and the rail, let's go ahead and talk about the lower receiver of the Levar15 and Levar7. When it comes to the AR controls being magazine release, you do have it to be ambidextrous. For you do have the latch on this side to help release the magazine, or the big paddle here to make it easier for left-handed and right-handed operations, as I can release it through the index if you're a righty, or if you're a lefty, you can just use your thumb on the other side of the bar to help release it as well. So it does help out when it comes to that. The whole construction of the lower of the Levar7 is also full metal, with the trademarks of being lever, which is a lever action, also lever, like as in a lever action AR. Pretty clever. Good job, G&G. And you do have as the trademarks from G&G being on the rail and the bottom on the right-hand side of where the magazine magwell would be. Speaking of which, on the bottom of something, why don't we talk about where we would put the gas? Surprisingly enough, it's going to be held and contained inside the grip. All you would need to do is just hold on to any type of green gas you want to install or put inside, hold it for the rounds for about like 30 or 40 seconds, and then it fills all the way through. Now, the safety selector, unfortunately, for operation is only on the left-hand side. Sorry, lefties. So again, you would have to control it by either using your index or your thumb, depending on the selector of being safe to ready to fire. As for the lever action, which I do want to hear this, as we do a nice little ASMR, I guess? ASMR. Yeah, ASMR. Yeah, okay. Oh, God. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, that's cool. So, it's a simple action that you would need to use is using the back end of the handle for the lever to rack the next round. Again, you just push down the lever as it would open up the chamber to push back as it loads the BB from the magazine on the bottom. Push that forward and you're good to go. Now, speaking about the action on side the lever, why don't we talk about the trigger pull? So, let me go ahead and rack it and see where, if there the wall is, and see how much it takes to pull down the trigger. So there's slight slack, and then, wow, that was quick. Let's try that again. One more time, a little bit of slack, pushing through. It's pretty fine. So that does help out when it comes to the response for the trigger. As long as you are pretty fast with the lever action as well, you can put a pretty decent amount of rounds down range if need be. Or you can always do the cool part about what I did with these Levar7s is the flip of the lever, which kind of tricky, but all we do is just take it and we're going to rotate it down on the other side, flip it up, and then hopefully you're good at catching, you're good to go. One more time. Oh yeah. So now that we already talked about going from how the action works and its a gas power system and how to fill it, where's the hop up? Well, surprisingly enough, like I said, this uses an AEG upper. Once you rack this thing back, you do see is a normal AEG rotary style hop up system inside. Again, going from the directions that it's here, again, you want to go is up towards counterclockwise to increase your hop up. So say for example, if you're using 3/0s or 2/8s, again, just by increasing the hop up going from here. Once you're done, rack it back and you're good to go. Now, let's go ahead and do the test that we need to know is how gas efficient is the lever action. So, taking a little bit of can of Puff Dino green gas, what we're gonna do is fill it and see how many shots we can get. All right, So this is now fully filled with some puff dino green gas. Let's see how many shots we can use with the lever action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. God, this is hard. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 52. I would say with everything as when we rack this thing, we're getting 52 shots on the lever action on a 32 round mag. That's pretty good for just being a single action, and that's a workout. But for gas efficiency, that is very good for the G&G. So now that we've talked about gas efficiency and also with the internals, let's move on to the back end of the lever actions. If you do purchase the Levar7, the one thing you will have in the back of the grip is a Picatinny rail on the back end. It's usually known for is to change it out to, if you want to use a 1913 stock and have more of a PDW style or even an SBR style of the Levar7. Now, if you do purchase the Levar15, you'll end up with a nice skeletonized stock in the back end, which does come include with a rack system. So if you want to, you'll end up with what surprisingly enough it does come with on the Levar15, is a accessory style of the fake casing shells that you can put on here, making the more of a hunter style look and more of that thumper style I would see more often on today's modern lever action rifles. It's pretty nice. What I also do like about the Levar15 with this stock is it's very skinny and very easy to be comfortable yet stable for those shots. And for this guy, this would do a pretty good job as a more of a single action sniper role. And for a lever action, yeah, this would do the job. As for magazine compatibility, one thing that we do know about the lever actions on the Levar15 and the Levar7s is they can take is their normal G&G style magazines that we do see here for the AEG M4, such as the mid-cap style with the nice follower, or its own 32 rounders as the small ones, just in case if you want to make it more slim. You can also use aftermarket magazines such as the EPM1 shorts, which for some reason looks very well on these rifles, and at the same time even the normal EPM1s or regular EPM magazines, as they will tend to feed. As for high cap magazines, I would say that if you're using the G&G ones, those are fine, but it's a little bit cumbersome when you're actually trying to deal with is racking each single one, and then you're gonna have to wind BBs. I would say stick with the mid-cap magazines, as they do help out with reducing different types of movement out there while focusing on just your lever action all the way through. I'm using .20 gram BBs and puff dino green gas, starting off with the Levar7. All right, now that we've seen what the Levar7 has done in the FPS, let's see what the Levar15 can do. Now that we chrono basically both of these rifles, one thing we did notice in regards of the Levar7 is on average we are looking around in the cold temperature here in the store around 300 to 310 feet per second. While the Levar15 we are noticing around is a 340 to 350 feet per second using puff dino green gas and 0.20 gram BBs. So other than the Levar15 and the Levar7 with alongside the standard 32 round magazine and front and rear sights, what do you get and then some in regards of the Levar7 or the Levar15? Well, starting off with is when you do open the box, the presentation is to show that the Levar7 and the Levar15 are presented in a safe manner with a bottom left hand side of a QR code to get your online instruction manuals for troubleshooting or also maintenance and safety procedures when operating with the gas powered lever action rifles that you do get from G&G. Alongside that, you also do get is a standard 90-day warranty from 101 Tech in the US. And you can't go wrong with is, of course, G&G knows to expect is their catalog of their new recent rifles. So my final thoughts on the Levar7 and the Levar15. Well, to start off with is we definitely need something brand new to the lever action style, which instead of the typical traditional 1887 where it can get boring. But what G&G has brought up is to bring it more into the modern limelight that it needs to be, a new facelift into it, such as what we've seen with classic cars when you put them up to a brand new and modernized style versions to make it today's more fashionable retro futuristic trends that we see out there. The same thing can be said about the Levar15 and the Levar7. Again, I do like this idea and also the modularity that we've seen on the rails all the way to even the internal parts of being compatible with AEGs like the M4 hop-up system, and that takes M4 AEG mid-cap magazines. We also can't forget the gas efficiency is very good at being around the 52 shots, just shooting it blank all the way through with one of the rifles. Now, overall, what we do see on the prices for these are going on average around during the time of the recording is the sub $380. Again, it's a pretty good, decent range for a gas-powered rifle. And again, it is something different that what we would see, and G&G has brought it to the plate of brand new innovation and ingenuity for the setup. But what do you guys think about it? Is this something that you would want to comp? Drop a comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube videos. And again, if you're looking for products like these, do check it out at airsoftmaster.com. But for this episode, my name is Mike. I'll see you till next time, and also again, happy holidays, guys.
This video is brought to you by Airsoft Master.